Hi everybody, I hope you're doing good. I'm going to turn a little music on. It says lullaby, so perhaps that'll be nice. Let's see. Maybe. Yeah, sounds okay. Yep, trying to get out of kill mode. No, I'm not like that. I'm kind of, but not really. You know what I mean? Not in the depths of my soul. So, um, oh yeah, what was I going to say? About my telescope, I've had it set up. I don't need help. But the point is either, and I don't need nobody buying me a beer I hardly ever drink. So how presumptuous of me. I'll go to Canada. My favorite Canadian beer, well, I haven't had them all, just very few actually. And one time I went into Canada when I lived by, was it Manitoba? Went across and I drank American beer anyway. I got Oli, Olympia, little Oli's. So, and then something else that was Canadian, but I only took like a sip because some of that can get a bit wicked. So, my favorite one used to be, I think it was called Moosehead Lager. I love lagers and a good one and a nice ale, but they changed stuff up so bad. So anyway, they had a boxer lager that I just love in the recipe. They were making it in Wisconsin, probably the Van Heiser Bush Bud Yuck Brewery. You know them. Coors used to be good out in Wyoming, but even that, the Coors Brewery is out in the middle of a desert. It isn't even by springs or anything. You can see the mountains in the distance, but it's all dry up there like a desert and stuff. You guys would freak out. So that's where they make that beer. But that and Stroh's, some used to be good back in the day. Minneapolis had a Grain Belt brewery that was yummy beer. I was kind of hooked on that one summer because I was young and could handle it. So I just drank like for energy and then barbecue and swim, do whatever the hell I want, the thing. you know. I never was a lush if and I took care of myself. I ate and you know what I mean? I didn't get up and drink and I would plan things like a barbecue and have people over, that type of thing. Then I'd party, you know. One time I had a pizza party and invited people over and we played Uno. Oh no, Uno, that's good. My favorite game is Trouble. It's a dice game. You poke it, and I'm like so lucky at that. I'm a lucky dealer too, but not if I'm sitting at the other side of the table. I'm an unlucky customer when I'm trying to play blackjack. So I only did that actually one, and I lost once. But um, when I play against people in a professional setting, I always win. Even in my home, when I was practicing and learning, I had another dealer friend come in, and he was just floored. He couldn't win against me, and he's like, could not believe it. Little Native American guy, Jerome. He's dead now. You guys would like Jerome. He was a nice guy. So, gentlemen, my friend. So, yeah, people used to pick on him, and he started singing a war song, and I'm like, hey, you cut that out. I know what you're singing. He starts laughing, because he literally fell on the floor out of his chair, and people used to laugh at him because he couldn't handle his sugar and whatnot. Dude was in pain. He was raised by a German father, and his mother was Native American, and that was his stepdad, and he loved him. And so the whole family, the whole tribe crucified him for it. So yeah, a very good friend of mine. So I got his eagle feather tucked away. He, that means long life when he gives somebody an eagle feather. So, anyway, yeah, I'm not foolish or stupid. I'm just trying to make people see, there is a God and to pay our respects. Even like I said, I'm never telling you don't read your Bible. I'm never telling you don't study what God tells you in your heart when you're reading that. King James Version, best one, my opinion. The older the better, my opinion. So I have a very, very old one, and then I have a new one. Surprisingly, the new one's about an inch. The same with my dictionaries. I have a Webster new one and a Webster old one, and the significant difference of the size of the words in there. There's some words in there. There aren't even words that are not. I mean, they're in the old one, but they're not in the new one. That's what I'm saying. They left them out. So the dictionary is physically smaller than it used to be. So yeah, that's too bad. Deceiving crooks of crookery and crookedness, so, and crooked backs and crooked legs. So no, I know who people are. Nobody fools me. Even when I'm talking to you, it's like, hey, this is me. I actually really am a friend, or like I always say, and I mean this wholeheartedly. I'll either pray with you, I'll pray for you, or I'll pray on you. Take your pick. So, yeah, that's me. And God's with me every step. I mean, if He says get him, I'll get you. I'm serious. In either respect, if He says take some time with this person, I'll take some time. If He says say adios or au revoir or whatever I gotta say, I'll say. You know, aloha. Whatever. So, I think I told you this one before, but one time my sons and I were sitting around and we were naming commercials of lawyers. So my one son, Jonathan, was quite young, and so Luke and I were going back and forth, and we went like 3-4 rounds with John, and he got a few in there, and some real popular ones at the time. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, I think I said Moses Law Firm. And John spits out Swable, Getz, and Sieben. And I'm like, whoa. Luke and I started cracking up so hard. I taught my kids how to laugh through the pain, in a sense. Not that everything was jokey, but to keep their happy endorphins up like that. And whether or not they adhere to my morality, they were taught that. I'd say this is what a woman expects. This is the way you do things. This is the way you lead as a man out in this world. And I had heard a man say the other day, because he had a twin, he was in touch with his feminine side. Well, I would say that God inserts a feeling of knowing another person, no matter who they are. And of course, family's going to be, closer. But I hate to tell you, I don't want a man around me that's in touch with his feminine side. You can just go pretend somewhere else. I'm not in touch with my man side. No, thank you. Them guys are supposed to be doing that. I'm cutting my head off here. Oh, but yeah, it's their obligation. If they want to say they're leaders, well, then do that shit right. I don't put up with any less. I expect extremes amount of leadership out of myself. Why would I take anything from anybody else? Really. I am so serious about this. This is cool. Huh. Wonder what's this called. The last one I started with was Lullaby. Paradise. I could see that. Yeah. So, having a good weekend. Mine's pretty good. I think we got the fleas under control here. I put that carpet stuff on and left it sit while the kitties and the dog were sleeping for 2 hours, and then got it cleaned up. And they all have spray and powder and collars. And I shampooed my dog about 2-3 weeks ago, but maybe again here. It's been a little chilly and she's kind of little, so it's like she does freeze easy, poor thing. So, yeah, Jack Russell Basset Hound, so I call her Brussels Sprout. That's what breed is that dog? She's a Brussels Sprout. She's nothing but a hound dog. Yeah, mixed with that Jack Russell makes her act like a coyote. I lived with a coyote, I know. And she's nuts. And there are coyotes that go up and down the creek bottom. There's like, it sounds like about a family of 30, or some of them broke away now. It sounds like maybe some older ones and their new offsprings are. But there was a big old pack of them out there last year. And I was really worried where some neighbors moved in with little girls. There was bear, and the coyotes used to go through the woods up in that area just on a hill north of me. But they're still alive, so the girls. So yeah, it's good to hear little girl voices across the field, or any kids' voices except for the yelling teenagers up on the hill. They got one left, I think, to swear at until they're out of there. I mean, really, really bad. Not even a mom alone trying to talk to a teenage boy and losing it. I'm talking, which I had done. I'm talking about the father talking so filthy at their little kids. In fact, when their dog got loose one time and that boy was 9 years old, they were over here and they were chasing my cat up a tree. Well, a kitty in the yard. I was feeding him at the time. So they come down here to get the dog because we got a hold of him. It's like, come and take control of your animals. And besides that, Dusty might kill it because the dog jumped at her tummy one time and it freaked her out. So it's a natural instinct for a horse to protect themselves against a canine. So, yeah, so, yeah, they came down here and he says right in front of the boy, if you don't keep your dog in, or go out with him or something like that. He says, we'll just shoot him right in front of the kid. I'm like, I hope you can keep him home. There was two of them, two dogs. And he said, well, one he was taking care of and one was his kids. And for all I care, we can shoot them, or, if they're going to be a problem. And I looked at him and I said, no, they're not a problem. They're your responsibility, So I said, you don't have to kill the kid's dog just because it got loose. I said, you have to worry about it dying down here if the horse gets it. I said, that's what I was telling you. And I looked at him like, wait till I get you alone sometime, without the kid around. So, yeah, he wouldn't talk to me in my yard in front of Doug, but I'm walking down the road and he stops and, need a ride somewhere? And I'm like, no, thank you. And I looked at him like, you low life. What a creep, playing games. Don't play games with me, He wanted to get a job here, and I told Doug, if you hire that guy, I said, he can move in my room, and you can just pay for me to move out somewhere else, because I don't, no more trash in my life. So if somebody's actually not Christian-minded, if you don't have Christ in your heart, and you say you're my friend, you're going to pay for them lies. God will get you for them lies. Because you don't trick a tender heart and think you're going to get away with it. This does not work like that. And I'm living proof. Like I told you, you don't get away with stuff from me. Ever. I'll pay you back one way or another. So, that's a fact. People know me, you know. Couple people that know me that don't know, but you're going to get to know that. You don't do shit to me and get away with it. I'm sneakier than you because I thought beforehand. I'm older, remember? Think about it. Hey, I'm not bragging and I'm not threatening. I'm just telling you what God put inside of me for end times, and I'm telling you it is end times. Um, you'll know when the time is. You'll feel it squishier and squishier by the day. And if you're not feeling me squishing on you, then when you'll have to wait for the big guy, I guess. If you can't take my advice, you're going to be in trouble. So if you can't feel that, you better get off your drugs or whatever you're on. I told you I smoke a little, you know, but I never get so inebriated that I lose myself. I can't stand that. I can't stand this chronic shit these people smoke, and it's all bullshit like that. Now, if it's got good flavor, but then it bugs me because then I love to smoke, so then I only get what like one hit before I'm like feeling like sitting down. I hate that shit. I want to smoke a couple hits and get up and do something. Let's go. You know, I used to drag my kids all over the place walking. I've walked thousands and thousands of miles, literally, all over the United States and Canada. And, yep, I have. Into Mexico, walking, walking, walking. You know, so yeah, just to say I was in there. You know, so, yeah, long time ago, while ago. Oh, my Phoenix days might have been the same day I was chased by that sidewinder I was telling you about. No, that was a bit freaky. Yeah, it was. Yeah. I'm thinking about barbecuing tomorrow, grilling some steaks and smoking some chicken that I can slice for sandwiches out there or something. If it's not raining. I saw the most beautiful rainbow before I got in the shower. It was incredible. One of the bigger ones I've seen. I've seen one about the same size. It was a double one actually, and my speaker just went out. So anyway, yeah, it was so pretty. Really, really colorful, really thick up on top, and it could be from the smoke and the different things that we've had around here, but forest fires up above us and all that. So I'm not sure. Yeah. Anyway, did get more light in my room for nighttime talking to you all because I don't look so much like a zombie. Or I look like so tired at the end of the night. It's just the lighting. I'm hyper. I lay awake for hours and then I can see who else is online too. It's like, oh, no can sleep. No kidding. Who needs to sleep when you have brains to pummel? You know, what can I say? Got to keep it busy. You know, even with your mind, move it or lose it. That's a fact. There's always a way to do something. Yeah, there's been a lot of hardworking, good advice going on out in the web, but I would say 99% of it is basically bullshit. I'm not just saying listen to me, I'm talking to people as friends. I really only going to tell you about that blood coming up this winter for something to do, and other than that, I'm just shooting the breeze. So I'm not nobody's preacher or teacher, or, although I am good at a lot of all that. So, but um, if you're evil, you cannot count on me to be a friend. How does that sound? Does that sound about right? And I'll be watching your every move because I don't trust you because you haven't given me reason to trust you. That type of stuff, like I'm stupid or something. No, I'm not. you know, I know people's insides and outs so well. That's why when I see people playing each other or with somebody, I'm aware of it big time. in every manner. I trust no one. I only trust Christ, my Heavenly Father. That's my Almighty Father. Even heavenly is a loose term. But anyway, like Richie from Boston. At any rate, oh no, I can't do him. Oh well, I'll let that go. So that's also a Masonic term, but uh, par for the course. Let me see what's another one. Hmm. There's a few I like to use just because I made them mine. Oh God. Yep. So stuff like that doesn't bother me. I don't trust anybody, is what I'm saying. So if I get burnt, it's not a surprise, because I know who I serve. One God, not man at all. Through man form, I can hear God, but I trust no man. That's a fact. And that's where I get my information, and that's how I feel inside, and can't take that away. I don't care. I do not care. I'll tell you something that happened to me. I'll tell you the type of things people do to me because of my morality. My kids have heard this story too, but they even took a picture of it. When I was 12, just wearing a training bra, I had wanted to go to the beach. So when I was gone, my brother and his friend took my bra and strung it up the flagpole and tied the knot so tight I couldn't untie it. That's morbid, isn't it? Talk about some sick bastards. Yeah, my parents thought it was funny too. I'll tell you a Christmas story sometime when you see a title called Hideous Christmas Story. That'll be something to look forward to. This one I'll just call Training Bra. Because that's how I feel about all the babies trying to mess with me, or like a training bra. It's like I always knew I'd be wearing a bra because I was a woman, but when you actually get that on you, it's like, what am I even wearing this for? Training me for what? Like my joke. Actually, they're not good for you. They do constrict your arteries and they're close to your heart. So all kinds are really horrible for you. And if they're polyester, if they're not cotton, which is uncomfortable, they're dangerous for you in the extreme that they are made out of a petroleum product. And it's not good for anybody's skin. I know that is true. So I always say my allergies are like a people indicator. If it's bad for me, it's probably bad for you, because all my life I'd be getting all these weird rashes and all these things happening to me. And then later in life, I'd see it happening to everybody else. So, yeah. I had a way the Masons thought they were going to track me, and I squelched that too. So, etheric clean, my third eye, they can't touch me. And anything that was damaged, like from accidents or anything, God repairs from the inside out. So, He can always communicate with your heart. That is, in essence, your mind and your guts. As long as you don't let anything else in on your being, you're good to go, even if you're injured. So that's a fact. He takes care of all his kids. He knows you, every single cell of you, and even our bad times. It's like, weird, why did I go through that? Like, I'd be like, blank you, and then say I'm sorry. But it's like, damn, I feel sad swearing, but damn it, shit happened and I didn't understand. It's like, well, give me at least some kind of understanding here so I don't feel so angry, because I can't stand feeling angry. I hate it. I really do. It's torturous to see other people angry too. You need to do something with that anger. Like make a YouTube channel and start talking about the shit that happened to you. Be truthful and talk about it. Why the hell not? It happened to you, didn't it? If it didn't, then shut the hell up. Yeah, seriously. So that would be honestly doing everybody on the planet a disservice, because at this point you do have to work together. You know? And I'm not going to say we do, because I do this shit alone. Do I feel special? Hell no. I feel like a flipping guinea pig and a tool. And I hate this shit. And I'm angry about that. I'm angry about having to put my foot down with little immoral pieces of work. And I don't change in front of somebody's face. I don't talk behind people's back. You want to know how I say something? It's like, come over here, I have something to tell you. Or turn around, I want to say this to your face. Or if I can't get a hold of the person, I would say to somebody else, would you tell them I'm not talking behind their back, but they're fucking assholes, and I want to say it to their face, but I can't find them, you know, that type of thing. One way or another, I get my message across. So, yeah. Oh, I probably let this go. You know, at that one. So, if you're trolling me, you must just hate it. It must be painful for you. I don't feel sorry for you. I enjoy that. Anything I say that is against Satan, that irks a Satanist being, I am thrilled to death. That's my job. Irk, irk, irk. Yep, that's me. Yeah. Oh, irk, look at her. Irk, irk. Oh, it reminded me of Rex Bear. Yeah, same to you, Rex. Oh, gosh. Yeah, he had a clown on there today thinking he was tough, which happens to be a female anyway, with a freaking bird mask on. It's so funny. These people, they lost so many, they hid so many scripture, burned that Alexander Library, lying to everybody and everything else, and what a joke on humanity. You know, these people, because they don't think with their hearts. And there's another thing. I heard some girl say, don't think, just love. Oh, wow. No, thank you. I prefer to think. Then if you deserve my love, I'll give it to you. Yeah. So anyway, really bad advice. I think I'll name this video, Please Think. Or something. I love you all. God bless your night. I'll probably talk to you tomorrow sometime anyway. So, peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota. Have a good night. Sleep good, everybody.